Hi everyone, Jason here at the Whittier Public Library with our latest STEAM-powered science take-home science activity. Today we're going to be doing fall leaf sun printing, and we're going to be learning a little bit about light and about the chemistry of paper. Okay, let's get started. So for my example here, I'm going to use real leaves because I just think they're a little bit better, but you can use your artificial leaves as well, if you prefer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, we're going to take these 4 pieces of paper. We're going to lay them out side by side. I'll just do 2 as an example, and then I'll show you my full setup that's outdoors. So I'm going to take these 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to take a binder clip, and I'm going to clip them together at one corner. That helps to weight them down and keep them in place. Now I'm going to take my leaves. I'm going to lay those down on the paper like that, try and get them fairly flat, and then I'm going to put a rock on top of each one. And then I'm going to put some smaller rocks around the edge to help weight down the edges, because you want all the edges weighted down. Like that maybe. You're going to set this up outside. You're going to find a very sunny place that's going to get sun for most of the day. Make sure to start this experiment early in the morning. You do not want to start it in the evening. You're not going to get enough sun to get the full effect. So make sure to start early in the morning. Make sure to find a place that's going to get sun almost all day. You'll probably also want to go out and check it every few minutes, not every few minutes, every couple hours, to make sure that your leaves haven't blown away, your paper hasn't blown away, or there's not other things that have fallen on top of it. One other thing, when you set up your experiment here, make sure you do not cover the leaf, or make sure the rock is fully within the outline of the leaf, because that will give you, your sun print will give a nice outline of the leaf. If you do this and overlap, you won't get a very good outline. Also, of course, do not use something big like, say, for example, a book to weight your leaf down. Then all you'll get is the shape of the book. You won't get the shape of the leaf. Remember, the sun has to hit the leaf and the paper directly. Okay, so here's my outdoor setup. You notice there's maybe a little bit of shadow on these, but that doesn't matter because the sun will be moving throughout the day. Just make sure they're in the sun mostly for most of the day. I'm going to show you a few features. You'll notice I have the binder clips, clipping each 2 together. That helps to weight them down and keep them in place. Also, you will notice the rocks are within the outline of the leaf. So you want to make sure they stay within the outline of the leaf. You do not want them to be like this, because you want to get the full shadow of the leaf, not the shadow of the rocks on the paper. Also, you noticed I used some extra rocks. If you have any extra rocks, you might want to weight down the ends or the corners of the paper so that they do not blow away. But most importantly, you want those leaves weighted down, and you want to put a few extra rocks on the edges and the corners to keep those nice and flat. Make sure you pick leaves that are fairly flat rather than curled up leaves, because the curled up leaves, it's hard to weight them down and you will not be able to keep them flat on the paper. Okay, so if you've left your sun print papers out all day, you should have seen some fading on the paper, and you should have some nice leaf prints. Here's how mine came out. Here's the brown leaf. Here's the red. Here's the orange. You can see that's a little fainter. And then here's the very faint yellow that you can just barely see. Now, let's talk a little bit about why that happened. So why do we get these sun prints on the paper? Well, it's through a process called fading. And what happens with fading is when sunlight hits some colored things, it gradually causes them to lose their color over time. So you will see these papers, for example, the brown has lost some of its color, it's lightened, but the area under the leaf did not lose its color because the sunlight didn't hit it directly. The leaf was on top of it, it cast a shadow, so that part did not fade nearly as much. That's how you get the sun print. Now, how does fading happen in the first place? Well, When we make colored papers, we mix in chemicals that are called dyes or pigments. Those give the paper its color. And the way that works is when light hits the paper, sunlight or normal light is going to be composed of all the different colors, right? You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple all mixed together to make plain white light. Now, what that chemical that we've mixed in, that dye or that pigment does, it soaks up all the colors and it only reflects the, for example, on a red paper, it will only reflect the red light. So the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, and the purple get absorbed or soaked up by that chemical, and only the red is reflected to our eyes, so we see red. So what's happening when the colors fade? Well, what's happening is those chemicals, the dyes and the pigments, are breaking down. The sunlight is gradually causing them to break apart. Now, you probably know that sunlight has a lot of energy. You can tell this if you ever sit on a hot car seat or you try to slide down a slide that's been in the sun. That energy is heating that up. Well, that energy is also able to hit those tiny little pigment molecules that are mixed in, the chemicals, and able to cause them to start breaking apart. Once they break apart, they're not able to do their job as well. They're not as able to absorb the other colors and reflect that red light. So you start to get a lighter and lighter red. Well, that's about it for our experiment today. Hopefully your sun prints came out pretty well. I think mine did. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about these subjects, stop by the Whittier Public Library and pick up some books about light or about chemistry or maybe about some other books of science experiments, and keep exploring. We'll see you soon at the library. Thanks for joining us today. Goodbye.